I don't think it's a stretch to say that Argyle is a very likable character. From the short time we got to see him, he was shown to be a very loving father to Sunny, deeply fascinated with the Equestria of old, and wasn't the least bit afraid to call out Phyllis's propaganda. It is unfortunate that we won't get to actually see him again in the series, outside of maybe the occasional flashback from Sunny. But then again, it was never stated what actually happened to Argyle, only that Sunny misses him dearly. So one must ask the question, is Argyle still alive somewhere? I imagine this would be very similar to the Apple parents from the Friendship is Magic series. While heavily implied that they have passed on, we never got any concrete information on what really happened to them. As opposed to Scootaloo's parents, who for most of the series was also assumed by the majority of the fandom to have long since passed on. And then they turn up rather suddenly in G4's final season. So we really should ask the question, would it be better for Argyle to always remain just a happy memory for Sunny and a source of inspiration in the series to come? Or is there a greater story potential if Argyle was still alive somewhere in the world of Equestria? I'm not too sure which is more preferable. On the one hand, it wouldn't take that much for the MLP staff to have written Argyle going off on a great journey to acquire more ancient artifacts and end up in circumstances beyond his control that simply prevented him from ever returning. And then in some storyline down the road, Sunny discovers her father is still alive and spends a few episodes here and there trying to find him. But on the other hand, one cannot deny that far more fans enjoyed the story of the Apple parents explaining how they got together compared to the story of Scootaloo's parents explaining why they had been away for so long. If Argyle was left as a very likable father figure whose memory inspires Sunny throughout the series to come, would that make for a better version of Argyle? Or would he simply be the idealized father that would forever lack the added depth of a fully realized character? We've certainly had no shortage of parents in animated films and television shows that only exist as a picture frame for the main character to occasionally reminisce over. To be honest, I'm really torn here. I can think of plenty of potential stories based on Argyle still being alive somewhere in the world. Remember how excited Twilight was when she learned that Star Swirl the Bearded was brought back? How many of us watching the series back then could have expected this would actually happen? But then, I really must admit that I adore the episode The Perfect Pair, where it was never explained what happened to the Apple parents and the focus was on the ponies that knew them, and how their lives changed because of Bright Mac and Pearbutter's influence. And there is plenty of potential for Sunny if Argyle never shows up again and remains a happy memory for her. Couldn't really say which is the better option here. What do each of you think, though? Given the fact that, at least for now, we have no concrete information on what happened to Argyle, would you prefer that he stay out of any future stories? Or would you prefer that he makes a comeback at some point? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Because, as always, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.